So why would the government do this? Let's hear the truth. What's your opinion?
I mean,
what's your conspiracy? It doesn't have to be a conspiracy. Just your.
The only thing I can understand is divide people from their wealth.
Mm.
So if you had equity in a home, which is a great place for people to store long-term, people that work 20, 25 years, 30 years to create equity in their home, they just lost probably 20% of their equity. The only place they had money.
Right.
I think they're trying to pull the stock market down, but they don't say that. They say weird shit like, we want unemployment. Like, who wants
unemployment?
People unemployed?
Is too low.
We want wages to come down. Okay, cool. Raising interest rates doesn't change the cost of oil. You got to have oil and gas.
You still got supply chain issues.
Exactly. So it's like, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing, bro. I thought we wanted a little inflation.
Right.
2 years ago, they were saying we weren't inflating enough, and now they're saying we're inflating too much. I would rather personally have a low interest rate.
I know a lot of people that believe this. They love the
I think
low
everyone
interest
would.
rate.
Yeah. If you're trying to create wealth, you want.
You can pause it if you want to expand on that.
Right.
I have a lot of people that love the low interest rate, right? Mm-hmm. They know that the inflation, right? Who wants inflation? You don't want inflation.
No.
You want it. You want real estate. And I hate when people say, well, the average of real estate's gone up 4% a year. My mentor, Don Blackwelder, who had done it 35 years before me, he said, look, if real estate is on average, right, you're going to get those ups and downs, is going more than 2 or 3% a year.
Yeah.
It's probably aggressive, right? And he said, if you're in double digits, right? Mm-hmm. This is in 1997 when he tells me this, right? Mm-hmm. And fast forward to 2006, 7, 8. He said, if you're ever double digits, start to get nervous, right?
Yeah.
Which we've had double digits the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And now in 21, 22, but in 08, 06, 07, 08, right before it crashed, there were people that have been doing it for 15, 20 years. They're like, no, this is where the market's at. And it was going up like 15, 16%. I'm like, I just would go back to that place. No, you can't have that type of, because it's inflation, right?
Yeah.
On the real estate, because it's going up on all the other issues. I think in a perfect scenario, in my mind, you want real estate because it's never going to go up. But if let's say it is 4%, let's say average is 4% a year. That's a deal, right? That means it's beating inflation maybe by a little bit.
Well, except
historically,
nowadays.
except for nowadays, which it's already taken those bumps. Maybe even more than inflation too. On some of the stuff, right? Point in case, there's a lot of people who want to do that because they've been buying real estate with low interest rates for a long, long time.
Yeah.
It's not the same. When I refer back to 97, 98, 99, if you could get a loan under 9%, right?
Really? Because this is before I was born. Like, I don't even know any of this stuff.
When were you born?
2000.
Okay, so 2000, right on the ticket, right?
Yeah.
So when I first got in the business in 95, if you could get a loan, commercial loan, under 9%, that meant you either went with a life insurance company or it was a long-term with big prepayment penalties you couldn't pay it off, or you had a great relationship with the bank, and I'm talking maybe you got it at 8.5%, right?
Yeah.
That's how it was the first 5 years when I was in the business. Wow. And then really there were world issues, 9/11, the dot-com, things that were like some busts that when I first got in the business, those are the two first, and they were kind of back to back, that did that, and interest rates started to come down.
Yeah.
Right before that whole thing. So the point is, I think, I know why Grant Cardone's saying that, but at the same time, it's not a...
doesn't necessarily make for a healthy market.
Yeah, long term.